Hello and welcome to the Football New South Wales Community Podcast. This is our sixth and final episode of our Extra Time series recorded at our 2024 Football New South Wales Coaching Conference. If you want to hear more of what it's all about, skip back to episode 1 for a brief introduction and tune in to the 5 previous interviews. Episode 6 features Gabriel Bussinger, Football Director at Vasco de Gama FC in Brazil. Gabriel covers 3 key tips to develop creativity. We hope you enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the Extra Time podcast. My name is Gareth Long. We are coming to the end of day 2 of the Football New South Wales Coaching Conference. It's been a fantastic 2 days and I'm really pleased to be joined by Gabriel Bussinger, who is the Football Director at First Division Brazilian club Vasco de Gama. Gabriel has been here all week. He has presented lots of workshops and practical sessions on player development and coaching methodology, all delivered with Brazilian flair. And that's what we're going to look at today. So, Gabriel, we've got a challenge. We have got to agree on 3 key tips to develop creativity, and we only have 20 minutes to do it. Now, people have said that me and you talk too much and we're not going to be able to do it in 20 minutes, but I reckon we can do it. Are you up for it?
Yeah. Good, could be hard for me, but as you trust in me, I have to go with.
I trust you. Okay, well, let's start with the first question, which is a big question. But what does creativity look like?
Yeah, I think that creativity looks like an environment or maybe a feeling that when you are doing something that no one else they are doing. So it's like when everything is normal, you do unexpected thing. You know, it's like try to take from the obviously something that unexpected, and when it's safe, do or whatever the other people are doing, you try. No, but I believe that I can go to an opposite way. So you are being creativity, you know. So you have to be courage to be creativity, because courage gives you like a confidence to do something that the other people they are not doing, because it's safer doing what people are doing. And when you try something that you think is the best way to go and the best thing to do, your creativity. So we have to create an environment that people feel safe to do things that is not so safe.
Okay, I like that. Now let's go back a little bit. Do you think Brazilian players are the most creative in the world?
I think that 20 years ago, I think that we were just the country, you know. But in these days, don't. I think that we have some African players, some Latin players, and Eastern Europe have some creative players. So I think in that with the globalization, we mixed a lot of the cultures. So we are not the only country anymore.
But who's your favorite creative player of all time?
For me, like creativity player, Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was amazing. Like I liked one sentence that the Brazilian journalist said, like Ronaldinho had 1 year of Pelé. The year at Barcelona was 1 year like Pelé.
Nice. Okay, well, I guess as coaches, most of us will want to develop creative players. So what is one simple thing a coach can do to help develop creativity?
I think that when you create a safe environment, and the people can feel emotion, they can be more empowerment, they feel more autonomy to try to take risks, you know. As the first question, you are more courage to take risks when you are an environment that you can express your feelings. So when you because courage is not about don't be afraid. Courage is not about don't be scary. But courage, it's about facing the scare. Face the when you're afraid, you know. And sometimes you need someone to support you. And this is being a coach. A coach you have to support. Like sometimes you are a winger, and the game is tie, the game is level 1-1, and the ball comes to your foot. Is the last chance to win the match, you know. If a coach, if you give confidence to this player, they will face it. Like Fernando Diniz at the final match of Libertadores, he took John Kennedy, that it's a crazy player, you know, and said, "Oh, I trust in you. You're gonna score the champion goal," and he didn't. Why? Because he was feeling safe in an environment that wasn't so safe.
Okay.
Because you cannot miss. You
Yes.
cannot miss the shot. So I think that when you give empowerment, like now it's with you. I trust in you. When you give like autonomy, it's like it's up to you. It's not with me anymore. You feel like they trust in me. So when you think like everybody depend of me, and if I miss this shot, my country gonna lose. You know, you feel pressure. But when you feel like someone saying like, I trust in you, I give the last ball in your hand to shot in a basket on football, to you try, and said, I trust in you. So go there and go it for.
Okay, like it. Are you happy with this being tip 1 for developing creativity? Tip 1 is to encourage, support, empower players to take risks. Happy with that?
That's it.
Excellent. Okay, right. Next question. We're doing well. We've got 1 tip. We've been talking for 6 minutes. We're on track. Okay. So my next question is, I watched your session earlier with the players, and it seemed to me that you were not only focusing on this, but you were focusing on how players felt. Is that linked to developing creativity?
Yeah, sure. Because emotion drives learning, emotion drives improving, and also emotion drives performance. So when you know how to make the players feel more emotion, you achieve their heart, you know. And when a coach achieve, and when a coach access the heart and the mind of the players, you know, you can drive, you can help, you can support, you can give them confidence to do, and they will be creativity.
Can you give me an example of how a coach can provide or encourage that emotion?
Sure. This morning you were there, and one player we were training. We had a training session, encourage 1v1, offensive 1v1, and one player that don't have so much skills, so much ability to dribble was trying, but he fell down. When he fell down, the other teammates was like laughing because was funny, but and the other teammates was laughing, and I said, "Oh, I cannot let this happen because if the environment embarrassed the player won't be creativity." So I stopped it and I said, "Come on here. What's your name?" "Ah, my name is Jake. Come on." And I defend him in front of the others, like, "Hey, teammates and opponents, I want to bet with you now. Let's bet. I want to challenge you. Do you want to bet with me?" I said, "Okay, then let's go. What is?" I will give the ball to Jake again, and if Jake scores, all of you has to push ups 5 times for me, okay? But if he miss, I will push up for you. And the players was a game inside a game.
Yeah.
And they started said, okay, let's do it. So Jake dribbled the first, but the second he missed, and I gave 5
Excellent. Excellent press-ups.
push-ups. So what I'm saying, all of them, they stopped the training and they started to feel emotion. They were the feelings were involved with me, and I felt the environment was changing, and they felt more courage, more confidence to try. In the end of the second exercise, I was doing to the third exercise. I was going to the third exercise, and uh, and they asked me, "Oh, coach, is it possible to keep one more time in this exercise?"
Nice.
So the player was having fun. All of them was feeling emotion, so they were learning, they were trying. They think like, if our coach defends, if our coach, it's always be there for Jake that don't have so much skills and ability, imagine for me.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I create an environment with a lot of motion that people can connect to the others and feel the heart of the others, and I achieved and I access the heart of the players. So when they felt emotion, they would more creativity, and they got courage to ask me to keep one more session in the second exercise. So I think that when you feel emotion, when you feel that, you be encouraged, you feel more powerful to do a lot of things that usually you don't feel.
Okay, that's good. So it's not just about what the players do, it's how the players feel, and the coach is really an important person to create that environment, how players feel. Lovely. So I'm going to lock in tip number 2, Gabriel, which is, I liked your very first way that you answered that. Emotion drives learning. So we've got 2 tips now for developing creativity. So I suppose I'm interested now in whether all players can be creative, or is it just younger players? I have a kind of feeling that it might be easier for younger players to be creative, but I'm not sure. And then, does creativity look different for different players? And how does that impact on a coach?
Now, anyone can be creativity. Anyone, even my grandfather. As I was saying, if you individualize the needs and the approach, like player-centered approach, athlete-centered approach, learner approach, center approach. If the teacher, maybe coach, parents, you are focused and you are worried about what they need, the individual goals, individual needs, and sometimes you have to talk, has a little conversation, study more about the social medias of the players. A coach have to search the social media of the players, because if you go there, you're gonna find some answers. You're gonna find a way to how to communicate with this player, and doesn't matter the age, because we are human beings, we are individuals, so we have some expectation, we have some feelings, we have some dreams, we have some goals, and I think that the coach, the great coach, brings an athlete from the A point drive to the B point. So they individualize. When you individualize the needs, the goals, everything, doesn't matter the age that you have, because when you are a kid you have one goal, but when you are adult you have other goals, like the life change the needs, but you always have one need, a different need. So I think that maybe adult players, professional players, and who is entering his career, they are thinking about the transition to be a coach, to transition to be the other. So you can help them. You can help every player. It's a lifelong learner. So if the player has a growth mindset, an open mindset, he will be a creativity. So it depends of us as a coach to inspire them, being an achievement all the goals that they want. And I'm too old, I don't know if is it possible. Okay, it is possible. I can do it. Okay, I can do it with you. Like, I can give an example. In Brazil, in all my teams that I used to coach, I always interview all of them. Like, takes 2 hours, 3 hours,
Okay.
not 20 minutes.
No.
But
I can imagine.
One midfielder, like 36 years old, was saying, Gabriel, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what? I'm afraid about the transition. I don't know, do things. I don't know if I'm prepared. I don't know, whatever. I said, okay, let's do it. I will plan my sessions, and you plan with me. Come on. I will give the sessions, and you help me giving the sessions, doing the train. I'm talking about a second division team at the professional level in Brazil. And that was an amazing. I was more connected with this player, and he worked creativity. Like, Gabriel, I saw a session on YouTube. You have to try. Okay. And once I invited him to go to the youth academy and coach on
His session.
the 15 session.
Yeah.
He were more creativity because he started to watch, to see all the things in different ways. I put like another glass in his eyes, and he started to see different. So I was inspiring him to be creativity in another way. And he had a lot of experience. Okay, his body is not the same as a teenager and a young player, but he was inspiring, feeling better, feeling more confidence, because the coach was paying attention with individual needs, individual goals, and I was helping him. So he trusted me, and we could do a lot of things together. And I think that the player would be more creative in this way.
Brilliant. When I started this conversation, I thought I'd hear quite a bit around sort of the cultural aspects of Brazil and how that contributes to creativity, and I'm sure it does. But I really like the way that you've narrowed down to what's in the coach's control. So we can't have excuses. We can't just say, well, it's not like Brazil. There are things a coach can control. So I think we've locked in tip number 3. Gabriel, if you're happy with this, it's tip number 3 for developing creativity is to individualize needs and adopt a player-centered approach. Happy with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I have one more question before we summarize your 3 tips. And now you've been over in Australia for how long? 10 days, maybe?
1 week.
1 week, 1 week. But you've watched some Australian players and you've watched some Australian games.
Yeah.
Where are Australia in the creativity scale at the moment?
I feel like from 1 to 10, 4.
1 being good or 10 being
3,
good?
4. Yeah, I think that I'm here to inspire, to improve.
Yes.
But let me give an example. I was watching the Australian A-Leagues matches, and I felt like, imagine if a coach here asked to the players individualize the defense, like fullbacks mark the wingers, one center back go to the striker, and the other center backs jump out from the line and try to individualize the marking on the midfield. I know maybe what some Australia coaches could say to me, Gabriel, but if one center back go into the midfield through midfield there, he will open a space behind him. Remember, you have to take risks. So if you pressure up the team, individualizing all the players, you're going to improve the duels. You're going to improve the duels. Because, maybe some coaches, they will be afraid to do it because they are thinking, oh, my back is open. My back is open. If I press high, I will open my back. But it's okay. Football is take risks. Football is a chaotic match. Like Guardiola taught us how to win zone defense. And then the world is improving, and a lot of big teams and big squad and big national teams in the world is defending in 1v1 in all of the pitch. So if Australia stay just in zone, it will be and a grade 3 or 4 in creativity. So I think to be creativity in Australia football, sometime some coach have to do something that is unpredictable here and experiment. The coach that is listening us now, try. Maybe the technical director say, don't do it. Face it. Brazilian player sometimes faces as a coach. Sometimes you say, go through the right. And the Brazilian player go to the
left.
left. And then you see, oh, was better going to the left. Thank you, player, to be creative with me.
Nice. Look, again, when we start this conversation, I thought we might be talking about the younger age groups, but you've made a really good argument that it's relevant for all players, all coaches, all contexts. So I really, really appreciate that. Gabriel, we've got 30 seconds to meet our challenge, but you've made me feel comfortable to take risks and make mistakes. So if we go over by 30 seconds, I'll be okay with that. I'll be comfortable. But I would love you just to summarize the 3 tips for coaches to develop creativity.
The first?
Yes.
Okay, it's encourage, empowerment, and to take risks. And the second one was emotion drives learning, proving, and emotion drives performance as well. And the third type was individualized needs and player-centered approach.
Perfect. Gabriel, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure of mine. Thank you.
Thank you, and have a safe trip back to Brazil.
Thank you.
Been featuring the Extra Time 2024 Football New South Wales Coaching Conference. Information at footballnsw.com.au.